Hey guys, my name is Nikki Ligon, and I had the opportunity to go on a study abroad trip with the DLO group and the PMBA group to Lyon, France, and Geneva, Switzerland in May for our study abroad program. And what an experience that was! We learned so many different things about the French culture and different about the French culture and the French people, and it was a very good experience for me because I've never traveled internationally and I've really never worked with any expatriates or international folks. So things I kind of learned while I was in France and Geneva is the French culture is very, very different from ours. They really have a more laid-back feel to them. They don't get really in a hurry to do anything. The lunches and dinners that we experienced there in French usually took between, I would say, an hour and a half to 2 hours. And French people really use that time to get to know other people, to catch up on life, to really get a feel for the people they're working with. And they just use that lunchtime or dinner time to really, really connect with the people. So another difference as far as the French culture and the American culture is, the American culture is very, very fast-paced. So we are continually busy doing things. We always feel like I have to do something. In France, it's not so much like that. They really enjoy downtime. There's not really a time clock at work saying, okay, if your day starts at 9 o'clock, you have to be there by 9 o'clock sharp. They really have kind of a lax feel about things. So you may see someone stroll in at 9:15 and grab some coffee and just kind of congregate with the rest of their associates. And that's the way that they feel like they can connect with people. Something else I learned about the business while I was in France, I had the opportunity to visit a lot of small businesses, some unique shops there in France. And, unlike America, they don't have a Walmart on every corner. And so you get these little market shops or, specialty shops where, if you go into the shop and just try to speak their language or to merge into their culture, you can tell that they want to help you a lot more. So if I went to a store and I said bonjour or bonsoir, then they immediately wanted to help me more than if I had just come into the store and said hello or, not tried to merge into their culture. So we received a lot of attention when we went into a business. It felt like, here, if you go to Walmart, you can't find an associate to help you. They all run the other way, that sort of thing. But in France, when we walked into a store, they immediately came to our service and they wanted to make sure we were okay, and they treated us with respect and tried to make sure that our happiness was on point. So that's a little bit of the difference between the cultures and the American culture and the French culture. So probably what I could do with this information or experience that I had in France was, if I ever were to work with an expatriate from France or, an international, person or businessman or woman, I would be able to really take aside the American ways and try to put myself in their shoes and maybe work with them a little bit better and try to not push the American culture onto them and know that they're a more relaxed culture and that things may take a little bit more time to develop with them, or I may need to take a few long lunches and dinners to be able to form that relationship and bond with them. So the French and European viewpoint of Americans is, just from my association with other MBA students there in Lyon, we're always going, we're always busy. We never take time to really enjoy the view and get to know our partners. So if I, took one thing away from the experience as far as business or, being able to work and see something from a different viewpoint, I have a better understanding now of, that the French culture is a lot more lax, and you don't have to go in with your guns blazing and expect to get a project done in 2 hours. It's probably not going to happen. They want to make sure that you are the right person. They want to get to know you. They want to get to know you inside and how you feel about things before they start working with you. So I appreciate that and learned that from this experience. The best feature I could probably tell any other PMBA student that thought about studying abroad was the experience that I had with working with the other international MBA students from the school in Lyon. I mean, we spent 2 full days together learning each other, working with each other. We worked together in a business setting on a proposal for Handicap International, as well as going to a, party at the end of the day, celebrating our success and celebrating each other, and just getting to know those folks and getting just to be able to pick their brains and have a relationship with them there. That's the most exciting part of the trip for me, is to being able to connect with those folks and see what bonds I can build that would go with me for the future. So I do plan on keeping in touch with several of those people that I met in Lyon, and I feel like that's a friendship that can grow and that will help me personally and professionally in the future. So my advice is, if you have an opportunity to study abroad, that you do take it, and then you go in with an open mind, and that you never ever ask what you're about to eat, because you may not want to know, but it could be good in the end. So thanks for the opportunity, WKU, and I hope to travel abroad again sometime soon.